All right, welcome everyone to tonight's session. We're going to be looking at privacy by design principles in data governance. Yeah. So, what is this privacy by design? Oh, in a very nutshell, is embedding privacy within the architectural design of every application. That's for privacy by design. When you are designing a system, application that collects data or uses data, you must embed privacy policy, privacy within that design. It must be part of the blueprint. It's not that after building, then you start looking for separate way to address privacy of data, privacy policy or things. No, privacy must be part of the application from day zero. That's what it means. And this kind of system of privacy policy saves organization a lot. So it's kind of proactive instead of being reactive. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. So privacy by design is a proactive privacy engineering and governance methodology that embed privacy protection directly in the design, architecture, and operation of systems, application, and organizational process. So if your organization, they are trying to build an app, for instance, NHS, they want to build app, NHS app, they need to consult the data protection or data governance unit to understand the kind of privacy and how it's going to be embedded. So with that, the business analysts and the system engineers or architectural engineers, solution architects, they need to work together to make sure that privacy is part of the design, is embedded. It has to address all the privacy issues from day zero. They are building that software. So instead of responding to privacy incidents after they occur, organization design system that prevents privacy violation from happening in the first place. So privacy by design integrates privacy safeguards into system architecture, software engineering, data governance framework, AI model development, and operational workflow. Yeah, that's what privacy by design is all about. So it's very important because we might see ourselves working with technical teams. So we should be able to know the privacy needed. So like this, you see this particular application. This is a system. This is a very complex web software. This you are looking at. So we collect students' data. All these students here you see, including you yourself, we collect your data. Yeah. So, and If we come down here, you see privacy. Here you see privacy policy. You see our terms and conditions. Yeah, privacy policy here. You see here, it talks about how we collect data here. There you see it. Yeah. You see information we collect, how we use your information, data sharing, security, your choices, changes to privacy policy. If you have issue with any way we are using your data, if you have issue, you can send us email or you can call us on phone. So you cannot just go to court and say, Mr. Charles has violated my privacy, this. If we have it here and you think we are not supposed to, call us and we'll remove it to put your record. Not only that, if you log in from here, go to your account, you log in from here, you log in, you go to your account. If you go to your account, you find out that if you don't want to be part of us, you can actually close your account, yeah, or you can just call us and you delete your record. Once you delete your record, we don't have it in our system again. So that is it. You see, it's very easy to look for if you want to see our privacy policy. Once you scroll down, you see it. It's not hidden. So if you go to system like Facebook, they will tell you how their privacy, this and that, what you can do. And let's see again. Yeah, if you go here, this our application here, we have see here, privacy and setting. If you go to Facebook, you are going to see it as well. See privacy and setting. Everybody who is using this ChanTop, you can see this privacy and setting. If you click here, now setting here and more setting privacy. So you set who you can access, who have access to your information, whom can whatever call it the way you want to use. If you want to, anything you want to do through this setting, you can do a lot of things. Yeah. So privacy here. So you see, privacy is captured here by default. It's not afterthoughts. Privacy is not afterthoughts. You see here, who can message you? Everyone. If you like, if you don't want everybody to message you, look at here. You come over here. You see. You can say friends. You can choose no one. So if people are messaging you and you are not happy and you come and say, ChanTop, I don't like the way people are talking to me in ChanTop. I feel depressed. I'm suing ChanTop because of that. You're on your own because we give you option to select. If you don't want anybody to talk to you, you can select no one and no one will talk to you. So that is privacy by design. Who can poke you? Who can send you gifts? Who can post on your wall? Who can see your agenda? Who can see your relationship? Who can see your birthday? You cannot say, hey, Mr. Charles, who made my birthday? I don't want people to know that I'm old. Oh, and the love shade everybody is now saying that I'm old. I'm feeling depressed. You're on your own. Because if you look at here, you say, who can see your birthday? You have right to say no one can see my birthday. And no one is going to see your birthday. You can just say, just me. So that is privacy by design. Who can see your basic info? Everyone. Who can see your work? So all these things, these are data, key information about you. So you can manage, give you authority, give you power to manage your own. You cannot say, this is imposed on you. You didn't know that. So it's there. And that is it. What I mean by privacy by design? Yeah. So I hope we grab this one fast, because it's very easy to understand. So privacy by design means privacy protection must be embedded into the design and architecture of information system, business practice and technologies. In traditional system, privacy protection are often implemented after systems are already built, which lead to security vulnerability and compliance risk. Privacy by design changes this approach by ensuring that privacy protection is considered from the earliest stage of system planning. Another thing I want to tell you, you see all this application, you see this chant up, we have to ruffle it with Google before they can publish it on Play Store. They did a thorough investigation. They did everything possible to make sure that there is no privacy vulnerability in the application. So if your application do not meet some level of privacy protection, it cannot even be published in a public domain like Google Play Store so that people can download it. People cannot even access it. Yeah, that's another thing. So it's very big issue these days. So comparing privacy by design and non-privacy by design, where there is no privacy by design in a mobile app, collect excessive personal data, store sensitive data unencrypted, share user data with advertising vendors without clear consent, makes privacy setting difficult to find. Like now, it was very easy for you to see our privacy settings. It's not hidden. It's very easy to locate. So where there is no privacy by design, what we see is that the result is regulation violation. We violate regulatory laws, data breaches, loss of customer trust and confidence. And where we have privacy by design in that mobile, we collect only necessary data. We use encrypted storage and secure APIs. Requires explicit consent for data sharing. Provide easy to understand privacy setting. Regulatory compliance, that's the result. The first result is regulatory compliance, reduces security risk and increases user trust. how did this privacy by design started? Yeah, it was first introduced, it was founded in Canada, by a former Information and Privacy Commissioner of Ontario, Canada, and it became very, very popular, and it was adopted globally. And it was, added on the Data Protection Article 25, which today is data protection by design and data protection by default. So this principle requires organization to demonstrate privacy protection in system architecture, not just by policy. So yeah, if your policy and paperwork, but your system must demonstrate it. Not you have a paperwork or you have a data protection unit. Is not enough. Your system must speak data protection. The 7 privacy by design principle. This privacy by design have key 7 principles.
Sorry,
so these are things you need to look into while trying to design this privacy by design. For instance, your organization are building a mobile application. It's something you have to try to, like this, our UniF. We are now planning to build our mobile app. We ask you people now, okay, this team, your project is to design, or you'll be part of the people that are to design this our mobile app and make sure we have good privacy by design. It's going to be easy. You already have these principles, you know what to do, and we have framework as well. So you can see this data governance and data protection is very vast, it's very wide. There's a lot to do. You can see that you still have your inputs in the engineering aspect of IT, not only at the consumption aspect while building. So you mean that you are supposed to be part of the engineering team as well. So the 7 principle, the first one, number 1 principle is proactive, not reactive. Organizations should anticipate and prevent privacy risks before they occur, rather than responding after breaches has happened. Key activities: privacy risk assessment. Yeah. Data protection impact assessment. Yeah, that's another very key. All of you, we're going to deal with all these things very soon. These are some of the things you must be able to do. Data protection impact assessment all the time. It's one of the things you are going to be doing all the time. Data protection impact assessment. Yeah, not only that, privacy risk assessment, security architecture review, and vendor risk evaluation. So these are key activities. Example, a hospital developing a patient portal conducts data protection impact assessment to identify privacy risk before launching the app. Potential risk identified: unauthorized access to patient's record, insecure API integration, improper third-party data sharing, and controls are implemented before the system goes live. So these are kind of things we're going to be doing. So all these, we must be able to know how to conduct it. So as we're progressing, we should be able to handle all this, or especially this data protection impact assessment is something that you need to be doing all the time. Principle 2, privacy as the default setting. Yeah, so privacy should be part of the standard. System should automatically protect users without requiring users to manually change setting. Yeah. So key practice, default data minimization. Data minimization, default encryption, automatic privacy setting, and limited retention period. So, yeah, this is the key practice in principle 2. That's privacy should be a standard. Example, a social media platform automatically disable location tracking by default. Yeah. You know that these days, location tracking is very sensitive. Most applications, you see that you are the one that enables it. Before you can use some of the, even to collect your contact, your image, some of them, as we are trying to use the app, they will tell you to give authorization. You keep authorizing. So many of us do not know the kind of consent we've given to these companies or these applications or these platforms, because we want to enter TikTok. Everything, yes, 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 yes. You don't know you signed so many contracts by clicking back. You sign so many contracts, yeah. And they are clever. I find out that you can never really get on them because you accepted all the agreements. So that's it. By default, they made it such a way that you have to accept before. So you are not vulnerable. They didn't make you vulnerable. Principle 3, privacy embedded into design. Privacy protection must be integrated into system architecture and engineering process. Yeah. So privacy becomes part of the technical blueprint, not an afterthought. Example of embedded privacy control: data anonymization pipelines, encrypted database, secure authentication system, privacy aware AI training framework. So in most of the application we have today, you see, all you go to privacy, all these things are built, even double authentication layer, encryption, they are there. And you see so many of them, they will keep on reminding you, add another layer, activate double authentication. Some of them, even if you don't activate it, you find out that you start losing access into most of the vital features. So privacy architecture is now very rich in so many applications. They don't play with people's privacy. Very rich privacy setting. Example, a fintech system integrates tokenized card as tokenization, encrypted transaction record, role-based access control. Yeah, these controls are built into the system architecture itself. So, yeah. So this is mainly also not only fintech, every application these days, because we're dealing with people's record. 4, full functionality. Yeah, full functionality means where should I choose privacy or should I choose innovation? No, you should choose everything. Privacy should not require organization to sacrifice functionality or innovation. So instead of choosing between privacy or innovation, organizations should design systems that achieve both simultaneously. Yes, you can innovate without sacrificing your privacy setting. Is obtainable. Example, an AI healthcare system. User or uses anonymized patient data for training model and still produces accurate diagnostic insights. So you cannot say because of AI these days you cannot do that. So you can still achieve AI and still maintain good privacy record. So that is the number 4 principle of privacy by design. So number 5 principle of privacy by design is end-to-end security encryption. Security should be end-to-end. From the life cycle, beginning of the data life cycle, from the beginning to the end-to-end, from collection to deletion. We have full security architecture in place. Like under collection, we have secure APIs, under storage, encryption, under processing, access control, under sharing, secure data transfer, under archiving, secure storage, under deletion, secure wiping. These are all security, and these are end-to-end. This is a full life cycle of a data. A full life cycle of a data is, weaved with security, thorough security architecture. So, example is a bank ensures customer data remain protected by encrypting transaction, limiting employee access, and securely deleting inactive accounts. That's example of this particular end-to-end security within a bank. And number 6 is visibility and transparency. Some application, you are going to try everything to find where their security or their privacy setting, you can't find it, even their privacy policy. That is not a good attribute. Organization must be transparent about their data collection, data usage, and the way they protect people's data. It must be clear what they are doing with your data. So transparency builds trust and regulatory accountability. Key transparency mechanism, privacy notice, data usage disclosures, transparency reports, audit logs. Example, a cloud platform publishes a privacy dashboard showing what data is collected, how it's used, and which vendor have access. In our own, I just finished showing you our privacy policy page, where I told you people how in a DTBS, how we collect data, how we use it, and our sharing. All those things is there in our page. It's not hidden. Anywhere you, as long as you're on our website, is very, just go to the footer, you see it there. So and number 7, respect for user privacy. We must respect our users' privacy. So users must have meaningful control over their personal data. Organization must support consent management, access to personal data, correction rights, and deletion requests. Like I said it earlier, these days, when you want an app to access, like I use WhatsApp to access your contacts list on your phone, you must give a consent. They will ask you for a consent before they access your contact list. If you don't give a consent, they are not giving you, they can't access it. Location, all these sensitive areas, you must give consent. They respect your privacy. So if anything happens, it's not because of their failure. They take their time. All these people, they invest a lot in their data protection and data governance unit. As I tell you, you see Facebook, you see the amount of money Facebook is spending on their data governance unit. You won't believe it. You know, you won't believe it. Yeah. I think now the Facebook president, the president of Facebook, is one of the toughest woman, the toughest person. Is a very high regarded, and the woman have led so many big organizations, and the woman is a very high person in data governance, data protection. They made it clear they hired her because of her top levelness in data protection. You know, they invest a lot in their data protection unit. Yeah, they are learning from their past experience anyway. So, the data protection or data governance is a very good career path. So, the respect for privacy, user privacy, example, a fintech app allows users to download their transaction history, update personal information, and delete accounts entirely. Yeah, almost all the applications we have today, if you look down, you see where you can just pin, you delete it. Even WhatsApp, check very well. You see that you can just delete it, delete your account. Facebook, you want to delete your account from Facebook, it's very easy, and everything will be wiped out. So, even all these job portals, you can easily delete your record. Delete all your record. So, yeah, we've done with the 7 principles of privacy by design. That's the key 7 principle. This privacy by design is being developed. So, privacy by design in system development. Privacy must be integrated into system development lifecycle. Yeah, it must be developed. This as system development life cycle stages. Under the planning stage, you see from planning to maintenance stage, we integrate privacy by design here in the system. Privacy is integrated from the, so in every, this is the key stages of software development. Software development lifecycle is planning, design, development, testing, deployment, and maintenance. And under this software development lifecycle, look at privacy implementation. Under planning, this is what you need to do. Privacy impact assessment. You conduct privacy impact assessment. When they are doing design, under the design, so you see that you can be part of software development from the beginning to the end. So under the design, what do? You carry out data minimization architecture. So you design or you decide the data minimization input. Under development, secure coding practice. Under testing, privacy vulnerability testing. Deployment, consent and access control. Maintenance, continuous compliance monitoring. So you see that as long as that application is existing, they need you to be there to constantly monitoring and seeing to the continuous compliance of that application. Example, design. During the design stage, engineer may limit the number of personal data fields collected from users. So now we have privacy by design in AI system. Yeah, we cannot can't do without AI. So we must incorporate AI in everything we do, because AI is no longer the future. AI is now the today. Anybody telling you AI is the future, you know that the person is living in the moon, because AI is now the order of the day. So AI system creates unique privacy risk, including training data exposure, algorithmic bias, re-identification risk. Privacy by design ensure that AI system include anonymized training data sets, privacy preserving machine learning techniques, explainable AI model, and ethical data sourcing. Responsible AI development must integrate privacy safeguard in model training pipeline. Like we all, or well, I'm not saying, you should know that the AI we see is data. There's nothing like AI without data. AI is data. So if we have a poor data, then AI will be giving us all wrong information, biased information. To have healthy data, then we're getting quality output from AI. That's the same thing with privacy. Privacy vulnerability around AI. So we must understand how to design and then make sure that we use the best design or data capturing, because all we do in AI is training AI on how to use data. Privacy by design and regulatory compliance. Privacy by design help organizations to comply with major regulations, including regulatory or regulators increasing required organizations to demonstrate privacy architecture, not just by policy statements. Some of the evidence may include privacy risk assessment, encryption control, and consent management system. So, if we are more compliant on privacy by design, such organizations are more likely to be compliant with so many of the regulatory guidelines in data protection. So it's a very key way to navigate. So if you are software or your systems have embedded privacy by design, they have chances of not falling into the regulatory compliance risk. So that's one of the advantages when it comes to regulatory bodies. That's why so many, we try at the software development, we try as much as we can to build software that will scale any kind of privacy breach. Because if this is where so many companies are suffering one setbacks. People will always come around to find like competitors. Competitors will always be looking for areas to bring you down. So if you are from day one, embed privacy by design, embed data control, data regulation into your system, it's going to be difficult for anyone to try to bring you down. It's part of bringing people down or bringing company down. It's part of competition. So you must be able to guard your organization against that. So how do we, as data protection officers, how do we come in to do a clean job on this? We must be able to come up with a framework. Everything we do is framework. We are the data protection unit. We always coming up with different framework. So we need a framework for data by design. If we are building any application, if we are building any system, what are the framework we are coming up with? So a strong privacy by design program requires organization to have this kind of framework. Key governance role, you must state all the rules and responsibilities, what they are going to do. Data protection officer oversees privacy compliance. Privacy engineering team implement technical safeguard. Legal and compliance team interpret regulatory requirements. Data steward monitor data usage and access. Security engineers implement encryption and system security. So with this, you have stated what you want to be done within the system and who. So this is kind of a RACI. This framework is kind of a RACI. You have stated what everybody needs to do, what needs to be done, and what everybody needs to do while designing and building the software or the system. So privacy by design, you can see by the name, privacy by design is kind of data governance within the software engineer, within the software lifecycle, building the software, building the application. It's not like the ordinary other aspect of data governance that does with finished product or customer front end. This one is from the beginning, from the design. So with this framework, you have design and what needs to be done and the building of that system. So what we are doing is to make sure we have a system that survives the test of time when it comes to data protection. That is all this we're saying, privacy by design. Any application survives scrutiny. So because if you don't survive it, it depends on how you want to use it. But if something you are even going to publish on public domain, Google, it cannot even pass Google Play Store or even Apple Store. It cannot. So these are things that need to be built within the system so that it can scale. Real world example, a fintech startup launches a digital wallet without privacy by design. The wallet here will have excessive personal data collection, weak security architecture, uncontrolled vendor access. And the result is data breach, regulatory penalties, loss of customer trust. With privacy by design, minimal data collection, encrypted data storage, secure vendor contracts, and transparent privacy policy. Result is strong compliance posture, customer trust, and reduced cybersecurity risk. So templates we have here are going to look at or going to design a privacy by design framework for healthcare mobile app, a fintech payment platform, and a social media platform. So under this privacy by design for a healthcare mobile app, we look at the data collection control. Under data collection control, only collect minimum medical data necessary for the app's functionality. Example of permitted data: patient name, contact information, health symptoms, and appointment history. Avoid unnecessary data such as precise location tracking, unrelated personal data. Example, a telemedicine app collects symptoms and medical history but does not collect unrelated browsing data. Consent mechanism. Patient must explicitly consent to sharing medical record, telemedicine consultation, and research data usage. Consent should include clear explanation of data use, easy withdrawal option, and audit trial. So this, and then under security architecture, the key privacy by design security control include end-to-end encryption, multi-factor authentication, role-based access control, and secure cloud storage. And user retention protection. Under user retention protection, patients should have the ability to access their health record, request correction, download medical data, and delete accounts where applicable. So with this, you have designed or you've created a framework for them to follow. This is a guide, a rule, a policy for the development team to follow while building this application. This is what we've just done. So if after building this application and there you run a test and the application do not comply to this framework, you have the right to say that, yeah, you cannot use this application. It must go back to correct it. As a matter of fact, if it doesn't comply with all this, it means that the system has a bug. So you cannot, this is part of the, we'll call it user stories. I don't want to bore you guys on the technical, yeah. We want to talk about business analysis. This can be incorporated as part of the user stories and acceptance criteria for that application. So if the application do not meet this acceptance criteria, this become acceptance criteria for that application to fly. If it doesn't meet this acceptance criteria, which is this privacy by design policy or framework, the application cannot go. Then this is for a fintech, just like the other one in healthcare. This is fintech. This is the kind of data under data control, data collection control, collect only necessary financial information like name, verified identity, payment credential, and transaction record. Avoid storing sensitive information such as full card number, unnecessary personal identifier. Consent mechanism. User must approve data processing for transaction, fraud monitoring, and marketing communication. Security architecture here. Critical security control include encryption of financial transaction, fraud detection, secure authentication, and device fingerprinting. User rights protection. Users should be able to access transaction histories, correct personal information, request deletion of inactive accounts, and export financial data. Yeah, that is it for fintech. And then finally, for social media platform. We are building a social media platform. This is a default privacy standard. Data collection control limits data collection to essential platform features, such as profile information, post and interaction, and the friends connections. Avoid unnecessary tracking, such as excessive behavior profiling, third-party data aggregation. Consent mechanism. User should control profile visibility, advertising preference, third-party access. So, example, user choose whether their posts are visible to public, friends, and specific group, just like I showed you guys on ChanTop. Security architecture. Core privacy protections include secure login authentication, encryption of privacy messages, monitoring for unauthorized data access, and automated deletion of suspicious activities. User rights protection. User must have the ability to view their data, delete their posts, download account data, and permanently delete accounts. So, cross-platform privacy by design. Under healthcare, we have exposure of health record, and privacy control is medical data encryption. Under fintech, financial fraud, transaction encryption. Under social media, third-party misuse, and privacy control is user privacy control. So, our key insight here is across all the platform, data by design requires 4 core elements. Data minimization. Data minimization is you collect only the data you need. You don't collect what you don't need. Don't go start collecting what you don't need. Strong security architecture, protect data at all stages. Within the whole life cycle of software development, there should be a strong security architecture. Transparent consent management. Inform and empower users. They must give consent before some major activities can take place within their data you collect. So they must have they must know everything must be transparent, not hidden, easy to navigate all the security and the privacy settings. Privacy settings of application must be easy to use. So yeah, so the users don't need to go to YouTube to read on how to navigate the privacy setting. It shouldn't be. User rights protection. Give individuals control over their data so that they can delete it. Not when you post something on Facebook and you find out you made a wrong post, you want to delete it, you find out that you cannot delete it. You can't delete your post. It shouldn't be. You can even delete your own account anytime you want it. So, organizations that implement privacy by design achieve stronger regulatory compliance, reduce cybersecurity risk, and greater user trust. So, this privacy by design is very important. All of us who might work in different areas. If you find yourself working with development team, software development team, you must be able to know how to help them within the privacy design. Yeah. So thank you everyone for your attentiveness. And if you have questions on this topic, privacy by design, you can ask a question. Okay, Martins. Martins.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What I just have is an observation
Okay.
where you said privacy by design, the origin, where you mentioned the other woman that started it. You said, mention Article 25 of a particular statute, or is it law, but it wasn't written on the note. I just wanted to remind you.
It wasn't written on the note. How?
You just said Article 25 of the, I think it was left out. the particular statute it was talking about. Say Article 25. It wasn't written there.
Okay. Article 25 of the Data Protection by Design and Data Protection by Default.
Okay. Thank you.
This is the law. Data protection
Okay,
by
sir.
design is a law. And data protection by this default and by design, they implemented it to become a law. Are you getting my point?
Okay. I get
It
it,
was
sir.
implemented and it was is in Article 25 of this law. Data protection by design and data protection by default.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. Any more questions?
This was the next topic.
It's there on the website.
I've not checked it.
Okay. You want me to come and check it for you?
No, thank you. I'll check
The
it.
information is there. So if you are following, if you didn't, who enrolled you,
I enrolled myself.
and you don't look at
I check once in a while. It's just that by the time I start, it goes back to the beginning again. So I'll do it tomorrow, I think, or when I'm off. I'm off on Saturday, so I'll
Okay.
look at everything.
We are following it topic by topic as it is there on our curriculum. The curriculum on the website. So if you, as our curriculum here. Can you see it? Ebere. So this is our curriculum. We've done with foundation of data governance. That's what we just finished, and we started data protection and regulatory compliance. And the first topic under this data protection and regulatory compliance is privacy by design, and this is what we have on this.
GDPR. Okay.
So
Thank you very much, sir.
no problems. So all right.